Hello, welcome to the first video, and today I will be showing you what properties, print functions, and wait functions, and if statements, and Boolean values are. And tables. So, let's start off with what a variable is. So, a variable is just a simple way of holding information, something like that. And that's really all that they are. They are very useful. Local player is equal to game dot players dot local player, which now I should probably explain this. Local player is equal to game get service players. So what this will do, it will always return or give you the given service here. So in my case, it would be players and then local player. So local player has a bunch of very useful ways or things to get it. So player dot character. So player dot character is just your character. So you can just do local my character is equal to player dot character. And once you do that, then you can just do print my character. So this right here will just print the name of the character. But if you wanted to get a actual name of the character, such as say like you wanted to edit it, you can do my character dot name. So this will just return the name property of the character. So for example, any object really in Roblox has it. So you can do name, and which is class name would just be what kind of object it would be. But for the base plate, it would just be base plate. So let's just say base plate part. Okay, so and now it's put in here, yes. So my character dot name, and that will do like up as the first of the month, which is my username. There we go. And so with the player, you can just explore around it. Some very useful things would be print. Okay, print is basically your best friend whenever you want to debug or just test anything. Really, you can do like print game get service, replicate storage, wait for child, find first child, message, center, default, okay. You don't have to do anything that I'm doing here, I'm just showcasing. So you can just do print, so you could print the actual name of it, or you could like change the name of it. That's mainly why name would be very useful for it. So game get service replicate storage dot lol4, that would just be a module script dot name. So this will just return with lol4 because that's what I set the name as. But if I wanted to change the name, I could do lol or lol, and then I could print the name of it. Actually, no, my bad, sorry. You would have to, actually, not sure. So, this would actually be a good transition. And this name, because That's because it does not exist. So hence why you would use variables. So local bool4 is equal to that guy, and so then we could just do lol4 lol4.name, and then if we do that, then as you can see, it returns with lol and lol4, and that's the same as our script, module script, as we had before. So that's basically property. Actually, no. There is one more very important property, which would be anchored in ANCHORD. So local base plate is equal to workspace or game get service for workspace. You can use either one of these. I use workspace because it's just faster. It works the same, and as you can see, baseplate. So baseplate dot anchored is equal to false, and also you can set the parent, which I will go over actually right now. Baseplate dot parent. So what parent does is it's just a way to basically find like where it would go into. So like what object it would go into. So workspace dot baseplate part dot parent would be, and now you cannot put it as a string value. It actually has to be an in-game object. So let's just do game get service stat. So while exploiting, you will probably never need to use chat unless if they have like some random remote event or something, or you just want to hook a certain function inside of that, which I will go over that way later, in another video. So baseplate.parent is equal to game the service chat. So, and then of course wait function is when you would put in a certain number of seconds how long you want to wait. Boom. Alright. And then if statements. Now baseplate dot anchored. So going over anchored, I would go false, which is just to say a word of saying no, I don't want it to be anchored. So it would lose its ability to be anchored, which already it's going to fall or just disappear. And then we could do print baseplate dot anchored, and false. There we go. So meaning it is no longer anchored. And so yeah. Now for if statements. So local character is equal to game get service players local player dot character. So character basically holds everything about your actual character that you're playing. So character, Converse child, humanoid, or no, humanoid. Yeah. So what you could do to see if the player does have a humanoid, if character, Converse child, which is kind of like period, but it won't error because it would just, it's basically like a test way. So if it does find humanoid inside of the character, then we're going to print, wow, you have a humanoid, and then since that will be there, and actually no, now I need to do the wait, or wait to there. Okay, just so it won't print nothing. Yeah, see? Wow, you have a humanoid. and then so that script, and then else. Else statements are print ouch, you don't have a humanoid, and then put a sad face. But that's still going to go with that because go with the first one because we do have a humanoid. But if we were to do if not, which is basically just the way of saying okay, so let's see if it has a humanoid, and if it does not have a humanoid, then we're going to print this. But it's like, okay, so if not, so if the character does not have one, then we will print this instead of the second one. That might seem a little confusing, but if you have any questions, just leave them down below. I actually don't have a humanoid because I do actually have a humanoid, and then you can just do print character, virus child, humanoid. There we go, and humanoid. As you can see, I do have a humanoid because it would have returned false if I did not have a humanoid. Now for Boolean values. So local my Boolean value or bool value is equal to instance.new. Also instance.new is basically just creating a new object inside of the games. So bool value. So this is basically just going to return true or false based off of whatever it has. So my Boolean value dot value is equal to false. Now if you put a string value inside of this, it will error because it only is taking false or true. And workspace, because I want them to be parented inside the workspace. But you can also do my bool value dot parent is equal to workspace, and then print my boolean value dot value, and then wait 0.02, and then wait 2, then my bool value dot value is equal to true. So basically we're just going to be changing the value. If you wanted to a little bit of more, then you can do if equals equal to not my bool value dot value. So it return the opposite of whatever the value would be. And so on here false. But then if we come over here to value and do that, as you can see here, it has value as true because we changed it to here. And then to double check that, you can do my bool value dot value, and when that does show up false, 3, 2, and true right there. So that is a little basic of bool values. And now finally for tables, and then I'll just show you how to check if the game is loaded, because why not. Anyways, so local my table is equal to curly brackets. So for tables, they're not too complicated. If you have any questions about tables, let me know in the comments. I will do my very best to answer them. Now to make sure that we have everything that we need, we can do is equal. Let's just say that you had a certain whitelist and you wanted it to loop through something instead of manually checking. So local my whitelist table is equal to let's just say that you'll have Roblox in, and then you will have some random dude 902 And by the way, to go down to a table, go into a new column of table, just add a semicolon or a comma after it, or else it will error. And so for IV in pairs. So I don't. Okay, so this right here will loop through a value. So this right here, a table. Okay. So this right here would be what number it is. So like for example, this one right here would be number 2, and this one right here will be number 1 because it's the number, the placed order in it. But this one right here will actually return the value or what I put in this. So it will return with this one, and then it will in pairs would just loop through the table. So my whitelist table do it will just do the following. So we can do print I comma v, and of course we need to wait for 2 seconds. Therefore the game is not aired. And as you can see here, 1 1 and 2 with this random thing. And if you wanted to do random hash, you can do like random string value yes lol, and really just put it as anything. So then if you do that right there, and then yeah, see random string value yes lol lol, and then that's basically that. And now finally for the game waiting. So this one's just quite simple. Repeat wait. So it's going to repeat the wait function, which is just gonna run every single millisecond, since the default on the wait function is a millisecond, until game is loaded. So you could just do, and then if game is loaded, then print yay, we can finally play the game, and exploit on game, there we go. And once the game is loaded, yay, we can finally exploit on people now, and that's only because current game is loaded. Just in case if you want to double check, it returns with true because that's because the game is loaded. But if you want a fully functional one, repeat wait until game get service players dot local player dot character wait 2.0. So this is one that I normally use. You could also just do an and statement here, but I just think it looks better the other way. But both will work. And yay, game is fully loaded. As you can see, it only did print that once my character appeared, and now this will only happen because the character value or property within the local player was nil, and it didn't like that, so it's still going to wait until the game is loaded and it finds the character. And so yeah, that's basically that. Let me know. I guess next I'll do in an actual game itself. So bye now.